Welcome and thank you for joining us on this training. Today I'm going to take you through exactly how to go from scratch, zero, nada, nothing to earning 5K in the next 3 months while only working 6 to 10 hours a week. I'm going to take you step by step through absolutely everything you are going to need to know. I'm going to try and keep it as concise as possible, but obviously there's quite a lot for us to go through. So what I would say is if you are really struggling at the minute and you really need to start gaining clients and earning some more money as a personal trainer, then please take the next 15, 20 minutes to turn everything else off, turn off your phone, pay close attention, because I am genuinely going to give you absolutely everything that you're going to need to know. Okay. So before we start, who am I? So my name is Sam. I currently own 3 different gyms. We specialize in group personal training. And across those 3 gyms, we now have over 500 clients and we've got over 10 members of staff. And I'm going to show you exactly what we did when we first started, which is what we're going to go through in this training. Before I did all of this, I was at the usual of struggling. I was working in outdoor boot camps with some genuinely zero clients. I was driving an hour, hour and a half there and back, sometimes standing in a cold, wet field with absolutely no one turning up. I was doing personal training for £7.50 an hour. It was £15 an hour, but I had to do it at half price to try and get people in. So again, really struggling for clients. At the time I started doing this, I'd actually had to sell my car. I'd run myself into over 10 grand worth of debt and I'd had to go back and get another job. So I was really at rock bottom. I was struggling. And then I discovered sort of what I'm about to go through and show you exactly where I am. And now, not only do I have the 3 gyms, I am now helping other personal trainers and other coaches go through that exact process and help you to replicate what I did and to start building that freedom effectively. So this is not a hypothetical. This is not me saying this is something that is possible for you to do, or in theory you could do this. I'm going to show you exactly not only what we did, but it's what we still do. So what we're doing still works. I'm going to take you step by step through, starting from scratch. So if you have no gym, you've got no experience, you've got no clients, you've got no contacts, you're just brand new, fresh, just on your qualifications, then this will still work for you. So if you have any of those advantages, then you're just going to be able to take this and it just skyrocket from there. Okay, so the format, first and foremost, it's group personal training. So if you're doing one-to-one at the minute, we're going to transition over to doing some group personal training. We're going to pick one niche or one avatar. So it's one type, one group of people we're going to be working with. 3 sessions a week, which is kind of where we'll come on to with sort of in terms of the amount of sessions you're actually going to be running and the time you're going to be working. All the nutrition is done for them, for the clients, and you are going to provide the accountability to those clients, i.e. track attendance and track results. Okay, so now if you're at the very start of this, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do this outdoors, rent a hallway, anything like this. So how do we actually find a gym to start running this in? It's to contact local martial arts. So this is, again, exactly what we did. Most martial arts gyms are not used in the morning. They're used maybe at lunchtime, on an evening. Very, very few of them are used in the morning. So if you go over to them and say, hey, I want to rent your gym every morning, 3 or 4 days a week, I will pay you £500 a month to do that, then they are going to jump at that. So most of them, I don't know, their rent will be between £1,000 and £2,000 a month. If you come in offering half or a quarter of their total rent for an area, for a time of day that they're not even using their gym, of course they're going to jump at that. So that is what we do. Now, if you're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do with 500 quid, or where am I going to find that? Then you can also offer to do a pay-as-you-go. And we did do this at the start. Sort of dip your toe. We said, look, can we just pay you for the sessions that we use? And then from there, we worked our way up to then offering them, again, this is what we did, £500 a month. So your first goal should be to open up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do 3 or 4 sessions in that morning. We actually did half-hour sessions. So I'm going to come on to this a little bit later. And again, you might be thinking, well, half-hour sessions are pointless, etc. I'll come on to why we did it and sort of why it actually works. So all in all, I was doing 6 hours of coaching. I was doing 2 hours on a Monday, 2 hours on a Wednesday, 2 hours on a Friday. That was my 6 hours of coaching. That was all that I was doing for all of this. Okay, we had 8 men. So that was our target, was men over 30. So we had 8 guys doing a session. Like I said there, our target market was busy professional men who don't have time to train. So in their head, when they are saying or coming up with excuses, it's they do not have time. So we said, okay, it's half an hour. Surely you can come down, train for half an hour, get out. And that actually attracted our target market to it. So not only was the half an hour benefit in terms of we can do more sessions and get a better sort of, number of clients in, it actually sold us better because these guys were like, oh my God, I don't have time for an hour. So they came down into half an hour. And we still do. In this gym, we still do half-hour sessions to this day, and they do work. So what we need to develop is what's called a front end and a back end offer. So our front end offer was a 6-week transformation challenge. So what we said when we first launched was, if you do not lose a stone with us in the first 6 weeks, we will give you double your money back. So we charged them £199. We said, look, 200 quid. If you come down and do not lose, how you can decide what you want to. We said, if you don't lose a stone in that 6 weeks, then we will give you double your money back. Really, really compelling offer. And we did this because we didn't have a huge amount of social proof because we were new. So I'd done a little bit. I trained 6 guys for free to begin with, got some testimonials and then used that, but not a lot. So this was how we got our first big intake. And then on the back of that, we delivered the results. We showed them how good we were. We made them fall in love with what we were doing. And we then upsold them from there onto a back-end contract, which was a 12-month program at £99 a month. So this is sort of, if you're going to be going through this, these are the sort of numbers I would be looking at trying to hit. So you want to be launching with 30 clients. You want 20 of those first lots to stay. And then, you launch with 30, you're going to get 20 new clients each month thereafter. 50% of each intake stays with you. 5% of your long-term clients leave is what we call attrition. So these are the numbers we're looking for. So 30 to start with, then every month thereafter, bring in 20 new clients, 50% stay, 5% then leave that are on that reoccurring membership. And this is then how this will look. Now, I know for some of you, the numbers are going to sound unrealistic. If you're currently there with no clients and you're struggling to get 1 or 2, you're like, how the hell am I going to get 30 in? So I'm going to give you 2 examples. So if we look at the top one up here, okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. So you have 30 coming in the front end to begin with, 15 of those then stay, and then obviously you've got no long-term clients in month 1. But just look at how quickly this builds. If you can do 30 in the first month, bring another 20. So this time you've got the 15 from the first month staying, plus your next 20. And that then just builds and builds and builds and builds. So look at your turnover here. So month 1, we're turning over 6 grand. And as you start to go, look at how quickly that turnover builds. Now, again, like I said, you might be there thinking, well, actually, that's very unrealistic. I can't get any clients at the minute. Again, we'll cover all this in a second. So let's just go more realistic. Let's say half of what I've just said there. So you launch with 15 and then you just add 10 each time. Just look at your turnover as you go. By the end of that first year, even with a very, very modest and very realistic sort of goal, you're still going to be turning over 6.5 grand a month. Like that is a very, very, very good income to begin with. Okay. So once you've done all of that, once you've started to build this client base, then you need to then level this up. Or how do you then level this up? So you've got your Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Things might be starting to fill up. You're doing 6 hours a week. This is what we now do. We open up a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday. So you're now doing 6 days a week. And you then hire 1 or even 2 coaches. I would say 1, so that you are 1 coach. You have another coach who's doing the other sessions. So you might do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And what you've then got is cover for your sessions as well. So if you need to go on holiday, if you get injured, you've got cover. So you've already got that bit of balance. So a good realistic example, and again, genuinely realistic. So 1,000 square foot studio would roughly get you about 10 clients per session. So if you get to a point where you're doing 4 sessions Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you're then doing 3 sessions on a Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So you've got your other coach doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. They are always a little bit quieter. So let's just say you're running 3 rather than 4. That will give you a maximum client capacity of 70, absolutely max. And 70, paying you £100 a month, is a 7 grand a month turnover. Okay, we've already said your rent is £500 a month. If you were to pay that member of staff well, so £20 an hour, which is a very good sort of going rate within the industry, they're going to cost you £400 a month. And let's just say your other outgoings are £200 a month. So you've got a little bit of software, you might be buying bits of equipment here and there, whatever it is. That would give you a profit of just shy of 6 grand a month, or £71,000 a year. Now, I'm hoping you're looking at that going, that's not that unrealistic. What we've gone through here is not crazy. It's not, completely out there. It's exactly what I did. It's how a lot of people start when they start building their studios. And you've got sort of no real commitment. So all of this here, that is 6 hours of coaching that you have to do. There is very, very, very minimal admin work. So it's going to be talking to clients about nutrition, just checking their attendances, but you've not got a massive client base to work with. So the fact you've got a small client base means they are going to be very loyal to you. People are very forgiving of a lot of things at first. And if they see you putting in the time and effort, they're going to be incredibly loyal, which means not that many people will leave. You have the ability to take holidays. So I know a lot of the time when you're a personal trainer, if you go on holiday, your income stops because you can't be coaching. Whereas with this, you just pay one of your other coaches for the overtime to cover your sessions while you go away. Very easy. There's no lease commitment, so you're not tied into this. You're paying rent to a gym for a time that is dead period. So you can even do this on a month-by-month basis just to test the waters and make sure it works, but you're not tied into anything. You've got no large staff forces that you need to be sort of managing and having to deal with all the different sort of personality types and everything. And your overheads are incredibly small. So your risk is very, very small. You do not need a huge amount of people to actually sort of cover this from there. Okay, so what next? So there we go. So that is absolutely everything. So that is step by step through what you need to do and how you structure this. Okay, now it's on you to maybe learn the extra little bits and pieces, the ins and outs. So how do you do the marketing? How do you do the sales? How do you actually deliver the sessions? Okay, and this is where we come in. So you've now got two options. You can invest time, but you can invest money. If you want to invest time, absolutely fine. There's lots of places you can go and research. There's trial and error. It's absolutely one way of doing it. Or if you invest money, what you can do is you can time collapse. So what that means is that you can actually copy, watch, see exactly how we do things, take it, implement it, plug it in play, and it just works instantly, knowing that it's been tried, knowing that it's been tried. So this is where our PT 100K club comes in, and we've actually built what we call our beginners suite specifically for this. So we've given you absolutely everything. So it teaches you every single thing. So how to run Facebook ads. We give you the ad copy. We give you the ad images that you need to run. We then talk you through the sales. We tell you how to get them on the phone, how to then sort of easily, ethically sell to them. So this isn't tricking people. This isn't anything like that. This is how you actually get prospects to thank you for getting them onto your program and helping these people at the end of the day. And we then tell you exactly how to run your programs. So how to structure the training, how to do all the nutrition in a really easy and efficient way, how to track their attendances at the gym, how to set up community events so you make them actually fall in love with you. Everything we go through step by step. So you just watch it, learn, do it, and then any questions, you come to us. And we also talk you through all the software that you need. Not all the fancy stuff, not all the crazy expensive stuff, just the software that you are going to need, and it costs virtually nothing. So we give you all of that so you understand the step by step. From there, as I said, in short, we're going to show you exactly. So what we've just gone through here is every single step of the way. So in the next 3 months, you could be making at least $5 grand a month, which I'm hoping you've seen is very doable. And it's £59 a month if you want to do that. If you want to join our beginner suite, it's £59 a month, which means if all that our program does for you is gain you one client, then it pays for itself. So if you spent £59 and you made £100, is that worth it to you? Genuine question, to give you everything, to make sure you understand all the ad copy, to have all the support around it, to ask us questions that you need. And then we've got our guarantees here, basically. So if you don't quadruple your investment with us in the first month, then not only will I refund you that £59 for that month, but I will work with you for free until you do. So if you don't make £200-300 in your first month of doing this, then I will refund you your money and I'll work with you for free until you've hit those goals. And it's because of this, because of the way we go about things, because we need to make sure that anybody comes aboard is an action taker. We can't just give you this stuff and then you not do it because you won't get the results. We are only taking people on at the minute to the beginner suite through application. We need to make sure that you're going to be the right fit, that you're going to be someone who does the work, actually doesn't just mess about, that doesn't just watch it and go, yeah, that was cool, and then continues on. So it's really for people that are struggling at the minute, for those that really want to get going, and those that are willing to take action. So if that's you, click the button below, fill in the application form, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll review it and we'll be back in touch with you over the next 48 hours. From there, we then do have further suites that we've got. We've got our beginner suite, we've got our intermediate, and we've got our expert level. So across the board, the whole process is designed to take you from where you are now, which is maybe not doing much, to earning over 20 grand a month, opening up 1 gym, 2 gyms, 3 gyms, setting up businesses properly so that they become profitable without you, and gives you something that at the end that you could sell. But that's our long-term vision. Right now, we just want to get you going. We want to get you making money. We want to make sure that you have a good work-life balance. I really look forward to working with you. So fill in the application form and we will get back to you soon.